Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Experience podcast show, where we explore the inspiring stories of resilience, passion, and success. Today, we have a very special guest in the name of Mr. Oyewole Ajakaye, a successful entrepreneur who have carved out a remarkable path for himself from overcoming the challenge of a new country to building his own business. His journey is the one that will surely inspire anyone who ever dreamed of starting a business here in the UK. And we are excited to hear about his experiences, challenges, and insights on what it really takes to succeed as an immigrant, an entrepreneur in the UK. Mr. Oyewole is the CEO of Bonsai Services Limited, UK and Nigeria, a shipping company based here in the UK. So without much delay, we welcome our brother. You're welcome, my brother, to the show. How are you today?
I'm very fine. Thank you so much, Mr. Jackson,
Nice
for
to
giving me this opportunity. This is actually my first interview that's going to go out there to the public domain. So I'm proud that you are part of the success story.
yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, my brother. The purpose of this show is to touch light on our people, because it seems to like our kids, our young people, it seems like they are lacking role models, people that they can look up to, because given the kind of society where we are, we need role models, people that we can project to our young ones, our people. Say this person has been able to achieve this. This person has been able to achieve this. You can achieve it. You can do it. It's not a rocket science. So we want to bring those characters that we can put in in the front of our young ones to tell them, look at this person. You can do it. So, without taking much of your time, that is what this show and this program is. So before we go into the main stories of today, my brother, can you tell us about your background and what led you to move into the UK, and also what were your hopes when you first arrived?
Thank you so much, Mr. Jackson. I'm from Ekiti State in Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm from a family of academicians. My late dad was a principal, which we call head teacher in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Also, my late mom was also a lecturer in the university, a PhD
Mm-hmm.
holder, Dr. Mrs. Ajakaye of blessed
Mm-hmm.
memory. I grew up in a family of intellectuals as well as family of socialites.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me to progress into university. I attended the prestigious university, which is the most beautiful campus in Africa, the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. I studied accounting and management, which I
Mm.
graduated with BSc honors in
Mm.
2001. And
Wow.
after the graduation, I went for my NYSC.
Mm-hmm.
And as at that time, we were thinking that Nigeria was a little bit shaky.
Mm.
We were thinking those days that we just have to go abroad. You know, that kind of mentality that when you
Yeah.
travel, that's when
Yeah.
you're going to have a breakthrough.
Yes.
So immediately after my youth service, I gained admission into university in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and I came for my master's degree.
Wow.
That's the beginning of my journey
Of the story. Wow.
to
That is
United Kingdom.
that is a wonderful one. So if following on to that question, what were your hopes when you first arrived, and what were some of the biggest challenges you faced as an immigrant trying to adapt to life in the UK, and how did you overcome them?
As at that time, I had this big dream of
Mm-hmm.
being a successful person because all through my life, I've been an independent person. I'm a go-getter. I believe that whatever I do, I lay my hands on. I always, progress on it. The reason being because I lost my mom at a tender age when I was still in the university. So I had a big aspiration that, once I'm in a foreign country, I'm going to make it and then I'm going to be successful. So that drive motivated me to really be pushing on when I arrive in the United Kingdom.
That is brilliant story.
Yeah.
That is a brilliant story.
So apart from that, talking about the challenges, obviously the weather was one of them.
Yeah.
Because we, back in the days, we are from a tropical region where sun is always available. 12 months of the year, 365 days in a year. But coming to England, it was a time that the time I arrived was a kind of a cold period. It was in October.
Yeah.
Back then, 20 years
Yeah.
ago,
Wow.
around September, you'll be wearing jacket.
Yeah.
So weather was one of the challenges I faced. But I had no choice. I had to adapt, to the weather condition. Apart from that, I had to adapt to the culture and the values of United Kingdom. Because back in Nigeria, the way we used to do those days, sometimes you wonder whether there's rule of law in the country.
Yeah.
People just behave anyhow. You drive recklessly. People just go on the street, make noise,
Yes.
open the street, parties, anyhow.
Yeah.
But here, there's values of respect
Yes.
and all that. So, but I had no choice. I had to kind of adapt
Adapt.
to the
Yes.
culture of United Kingdom, being kind and being honest, open-minded.
Yeah.
Another issue was the immigration rules. Obviously, you have to make sure that you didn't break any of the rules for you to remain in the country.
Yes.
Back in the days, as a student, you were allowed to work 3 hours and then go to university. So I had to balance and juggle between both going to the university and going to work as well to make sure that everything is balanced. Obviously, as an international student, you need to pay your rent and all
Yes.
that. Because when I came, I didn't have kind of like full scholarship. So I only had a little bit of, some sponsorship from.
From family members. Okay.
So those are part of the challenges I face. And also renewal of visas, you have to pay a lot of fees, those
Yeah.
days. You have to make
That
sure
is.
that when your visa is almost for you to renew, you have to put some money aside.
Yeah.
And I used to do premium application those days. So I used to go straight to the home office
To the office.
and just do it. I didn't do the postal one because I wanted the fast track.
The fast track.
So those are the challenges, we face, but thank God for everything.
So following on that question, I want to come to that. Obviously, we all know what coming from student background is quite a tough state to be in.
Yeah.
Was there at any point that like you felt like the whole laws and those immigration stuff were really against you?
Yeah, at a point, I was feeling like that, but when I look at where I came from and where I am, and I saw the difference,
Yes.
and I believe that in a new environment,
Yeah.
you need to be compliant to the rules of the land.
Yes.
So, and I knew that there's a long future ahead of me, which I didn't want to jeopardize.
Yes.
So I stick to my students at that time.
Yeah.
So I made sure that all my fees were paid on time so that I could get letter to home office for renewal. even though at some point when I knew a lot of people were, leaving universities,
Mm.
trying to look for other alternative routes
Yes, yes.
to progress in their, you know,
In their journey.
citizenship or
Mm.
residency. I stick with my gun that I was going to finish the study and follow the normal route
Yes, do
to
it
get
the
in
right
my
way.
thing. Yeah.
Mm.
So, as you said, the challenges of finance and all that, school fees, it wasn't that easy.
Mm-hmm.
But as at that time, there was payment plan arranged in place
Mm.
by the university. You could
Yeah.
always be paying
Mm.
instrumentally.
Mm.
And that was how I managed to go through that orders. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. And that is nice. So we come to how you finally arrive at owning this intercontinental business
Yes.
that cuts across Africa, Europe, US, America, and Asia. So um, at what point did you decide to say, look, I'm going to start my own business, and what inspired you to take that huge step? Being
Mm,
it that obviously the daunting tax of you know
mm.
coming from another country.
Yeah.
What? How did you come about it?
Thank you very much. Prior to my coming over here, um, before I went for my youth service, because there was a little bit of strike in
Mm,
Nigeria those days before we went for NYC.
yeah.
I was already doing business in Nigeria. That was the period that GSM came to Nigeria,
Mm,
and telecommunication companies like Glo,
mm,
MTN, Econet, we used to call it Econet those days.
yes.
That was the
Yes.
time they came. So that time I had a lot of um, outlets
Mm,
that would normally buy and sell recharge cards.
yeah.
And also, we used to do international calls for
Mm,
people that want to speak to their relatives,
yeah.
friends, families, and businesses abroad.
Yeah.
So that has always been in me
Mm,
as a business person,
mm,
because that was like an added income for me.
yes.
Even when I went for youth service, I was still running the business on the side.
Yeah.
So when I now came to England and I finished my studies, and then I got like a work visa.
Mm,
Those days, that's the name they call it. I can't even remember now. They give you like 2 or 3 years to work
mm,
after you graduate.
yeah.
So then, because of my friends that were in the same class,
Mm,
everybody wanted to do a white collar job. So I was like thinking, am I going to do a white collar job as well? And how am I going to start? Where do I start from?
mm,
So it was just like a coincidence.
mm.
So I wanted to send a vehicle to Nigeria as at that time
Okay.
because
Okay.
I was planning to go on holiday. So
Mm,
those days there were no online advertisement, it was yellow pages, right? So
yeah.
I looked into yellow pages and I saw this company. They were
Mm,
based in Bedford then. And I rang up the company and he happens to be the owner happens to be someone from Sierra Leone. So his name is Alim Tunkara.
mm.
He's my mentor now.
Nice.
So I went to his office and he gave me quotation. We
Mm,
shipped the vehicle got to Nigeria safely, there was no problem, you know, and I was happy with the service. So every time I was going past his office, he would tell me, "Oh, my customer, how are you? You can be popping in once in a while to just, say hello or just come and see what we are doing here." And just like play, I used to visit him in the office. And then from there, he connected me to starting this kind of business. In fact, if I say the story, it's going to take a lot of our time today, but it's a long story. But
okay.
when I met Alim,
Mm,
he was the one that encouraged me into business. and he's the one that guided me how to go about it.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, I established my own company because I've had experience, just observing what he was doing and helping
Mm.
out
Yes.
my own free time.
Yes.
So that was what encouraged me to start my own business.
Wow. So that is to say like in you kind of learned the process from him as
Yes,
time goes on before
yes,
you dive into your own.
yes,
That is like apprenticeship
yes,
in
something like that. Yeah.
wow, that is so at that time, is there any company that do that kind of business to like Nigerian route?
There were a lot of businesses that time, but
Mm-hmm.
like I said, uh, those days people didn't. There was no online presence. It
Mm-hmm.
was just yellow pages and all that.
Mm.
So when I check on the shipping and logistic page,
Mm. Yes.
those were the numbers I saw.
Mm.
So the ones I saw, the other ones I saw, they were not going to Nigeria. They were doing other countries.
Mm.
But within the community, I was hearing that some people were doing it as at that
Doing
time,
it.
but
Yeah.
I didn't have the opportunity of
To see them
meeting
or
them
meet
or
them.
to patronize or to use their business. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you can potentially claim that you're one of those guys who pioneered the online presence of logistics to that particular route.
That's correct.
Okay, that is nice. So, what were the hurdles like? What were the hurdles you faced when you were starting your business in the UK? Were
Hmm.
there any unique challenges relating to being any challenges being an immigrant and at the same time an entrepreneur? Was
Yeah.
there any challenges or hurdles you
Yeah,
encountered?
there were quite a lot as at that time.
Mm,
Obviously, I was still fresh,
mm,
fresh graduate with a working visa of like maybe uh, 2 years
mm,
to 3 years. And the major issue as at that time was the issue of finance.
mm-hmm,
Because then, if you want to get any kind of support or any loan or whatever, you
mm,
look at your status.
yes.
And once they see that you haven't got a lot on your visa,
Mm, yes.
there'll be a question mark because they look at how long are you going to be staying in the country.
Mm,
And if they want to spread like a loan or something for like 5 years and they already see that you only have 2 years
2 years.
on your visa, so they will
Yeah.
think, although they might not tell you directly, but you just have a sense of it that it could be part of the criteria.
Yes.
So, and also trust issues.
Yeah.
Even when the business was starting,
Mm,
a lot of people would not trust a young someone that just
yeah.
starting business on his own.
On his own.
Because when I started in my own flat.
Mm,
So I was running from my own home.
mm,
And sometimes when people come and they see that it's a residential place,
they will have
some of
double mind.
them might not be sure,
Mm.
unless if they truly like you and they want to patronize you. They will say, oh, maybe the business is dodgy.
That you make you no carry their things to run.
Yeah, you see what I mean? So those are the challenges.
Yeah.
And also, because of the people that have been doing it in the past,
Mm,
maybe they were not straightforward enough or they couldn't
yeah.
trust them.
Yeah.
And once they know that your background, you are from Niger, it's
Yeah.
a red flag.
Yeah.
So those
Yeah.
are the challenges that I faced when I
Mm,
was starting it. But I thank God I didn't use any form of loan when I was starting the
mm,
business because I started slowly.
mm,
I didn't want to go big and then crash down.
yeah.
So I started at low level.
Mm,
So only my desk, computer,
mm,
weighing scale,
mm.
marker, tape,
Tape, yeah.
tape measure, and then a little seat for customer to sit.
To sit down.
So that's what I started with. Until when I now moved into a commercial premises that were
Yeah.
helping new businesses in Netherfield.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Okay.
and my rent was minimum at that time. The rent was
Mm.
about £150 in a month.
In a month.
So I made sure that all the expenses and the overheads were
So
low.
yeah.
So that was how I was able to manage those orders. Yeah.
So were there any specific resources or support network that helped you along the way in terms of raising a cash?
Yeah. I mean, along the line when I've been running the business for a while
Mm.
and people already know me.
Yeah.
Um, and when I moved into the commercial premises,
Mm.
uh, by that time I was already almost about to be eligible to apply for my citizenship and residency.
Okay.
So as at that time, there was another route that you can follow once you've got a work permit,
Mm.
which you can invest in the country as at that time.
Okay.
So that was what I used that period. So I had the support from relatives, from my
Mm.
father-in-law as at that time.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me some loan. I remember that time. I think it was around 9 million naira.
That was a lot of money
So
then.
a lot of money that time. So I think the
Yeah.
exchange rate was at 250 then.
Wow.
So I needed 50,000 as at that time.
Yes.
So he gave me 9 million that time, which was part of the 50,000.
Wow.
And I had some savings already because I was
Mm.
still working
Mm.
while I was running the business. I was doing night shift.
Mm.
Once I take the children to school, then I'll go to the office, run the business. When it's 3 o'clock, I'll
Mm.
go and pick the children and then stay at home with them. So I had the support from my father-in-law and a couple of friends also that came to my rescue.
Mm.
So that was how I was able to get the finance to get into entrepreneurship properly.
Wow.
And that led me to my citizenship when I was already
Wow.
10 years in the
Wow.
country. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So y- y- what motivates at the moment? What are the things that motivate you to just keep going even when the things get tough? How do you stay resilient through the setbacks when things are not going well?
Yeah, I think the major thing is consistency in business
Mm-hmm.
because it's one of the business concepts, which is continuity. When people
Mm-hmm.
call the business line, they know that you are still there.
Mm-hmm.
They have that trust with you.
Mm-hmm.
And also because of the kind of customer base that we've been able to gather over the years,
Mm-hmm.
it's also very, very useful that you are reaching out to them.
Mm-hmm.
Advertisement, very, very key
Mm-hmm.
because we advertise a lot on all the platform. We do advertisements online, social media, everywhere. So people get to know us more.
Mm-hmm.
And also because I have passion for the business.
Yeah.
There's a difference between doing something and you are also doing it with your passion.
With passion, yes.
Some people go into business that they don't have passion with. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, any slight uh, encounter or any issue they have,
They
they close down the
they
business.
close down, yeah.
But because it's something I love to do,
Mm.
and I started it from the scratch, so I know every aspect of the business,
Mm.
from driving to packing
Mm.
to sending emails to receiving calls,
Mm.
all aspects of the business from A to Z is what I know from the scratch.
Mm.
So that really encouraged me. Even when I was looking for staff,
Mm.
and as at that time, there was not enough cash flow to be paying,
Cash flow, yeah.
to be paying their salary regularly when I first
Mm.
started.
Yeah.
I could only do certain hours. Once the people have gone, I can do it myself.
Mm.
So I spend most of the time doing everything on my own.
Mm.
Those days I used to drive around,
Mm.
or drive all the way to London, go to all the counties, go and do collection, pick up,
Mm.
I come back,
Hmm.
sometimes finish late, come back very late in the night, and then wake up early again the next morning.
And go again.
So it wasn't that easy, but
Yeah.
because I
Hmm.
kept going, that things are going to get better, things will
Get better.
improve, and I'm going to get more customers. So that was why I've been able to, just continue to be doing it.
Keep going.
Yeah, to keep
Oh,
going.
wow.
Yeah.
So do you think, in your own experience, do you think it's hard as an immigrant to start business in the UK, compared to the level, and if I mean to compare to the local ones? Like, do you think it's hard
Hmm.
to start a business and actually run a successful business? If so, in what way do you think so?
Yeah, I think it's a bit difficult anyway. It's a bit because coming from a foreign country,
Mm,
especially coming from Nigeria,
mm,
Nigeria, you can just wake up one day and just
mm,
decide, I want to be selling pure water,
mm,
or I want to be selling banana or orange.
mm,
All you just need to do, you can just enter the street and start hawking and start selling. You don't need any permission.
mm,
You don't need any registration or anything like that.
mm.
But in the UK, you have to follow the law.
Yes.
You need to follow the regulations. You need to make sure that you have all those necessary experience.
Mm,
Because even when you want to go to the bank or you want to do any kind of, you need like financial support,
mm.
you need to present a business plan.
You see.
So if you are not like good enough,
Mm,
I know a lot of people do write business plans here and there for, individuals.
mm,
Or if they write it for you and you cannot defend it,
mm-hmm.
they will know that obviously there's
Somebody
nothing there
wrote it.
for you to offer.
Yeah. Yes.
You must be able to do a lot of feasibility studies.
Yes.
You consider all the SWOT analysis,
Mm,
your strength, your weaknesses,
mm.
opportunities, and threats
Yeah.
around the business.
Mm,
So if someone is not aware of those factors, they can just easily go into the wrong business. So those factors can make it difficult for people, especially immigrants,
mm,
to establish business in this country.
mm,
And also, if they don't have the financial backing, or they don't have that kind of support, or they don't have that time
mm.
to commit into the business,
Yeah.
it's going to be very, very difficult because business involves time.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the times, your brain will be calculating like 24 hours. Even sometimes when you're already closed from the day, you are closed from work,
Mm.
you're still carrying the burden of all the customers, you are still carrying it
Yeah.
back to your house.
Yes.
And you are still carrying it with you when you are leaving early in the morning.
Early in the morning.
It takes someone that really know the system
Mm.
to be able to be successful in a foreign land. Yeah,
That is key. That is
very,
key.
very key.
Yeah. So I'm looking back now. Is there anything that you wish you had known before starting your business, like a business journey here in the UK?
Hmm.
Is there anything like you wish you know all through the years that you have run the business?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I was thinking that time was I was saying that I wish that my parents have been here and they born me in this country. But that probably would have been easy for me. If I was born here, obviously, I would have known all the system right from
Mm,
young age.
mm,
I would have mingled with a lot of friends in primary school,
mm,
secondary school, even first degree.
mm.
I would have integrated more into the
Into
system,
the system, yeah.
speak like them, have the same kind of accent. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So those are the things that were on my head those days. Why is it a bit strange
Yeah.
to trust someone that is not from
That is that is
from
that
this place,
is
that is not indigenous?
yeah.
See my
That is
point? So
it's hard, actually,
yeah.
yes.
So I was also thinking how I wish I had really projected or have seen ahead.
Mm.
Like maybe when I came in, I just went straight
To the
into business.
business. Mm.
without having to go through being a student
Mm-hmm.
or having to be working at the same time, going to school, So those are the
Yeah.
things that were coming to me as at that time.
Wow.
But all glory to God. We're
Yeah.
past that level now,
Past
and
that stage.
uh, this is where we are today. Yeah.
So, if uh, was there any role that your personal and professional network played in helping you to establish the business to where it is like today?
Yes, I would say obviously because of the experience I've had
Mm,
back home,
mm,
and because of the network of friends
mm,
I have around me, and the kind of environment which I belong to.
mm,
Because I'm a Christian, I go to church,
mm,
and apparently the first customer for this business happens to be
mm.
someone from my church.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I started, these are the people
Mm,
that were there,
mm,
because they knew me in the church.
mm,
Because in our church, I used to be very active,
mm,
especially in the administration of the church,
mm,
in setting up the church.
mm,
Also in musical, I play musical instruments.
mm,
I play drum in the church and all that. So
mm.
they've known me, and to some level, they can vouch for me.
Yeah.
They know my personality, and I know
Mm,
people around me. So that really encouraged me to be able to be bold enough to advertise within the church,
mm.
and also my community, my network of friends.
Yeah.
We arrived together in the UK. I used to advertise to them and say, oh, if you are looking for somebody that want to ship or whatever, they can just let them know that I'm
Mm,
running that kind of business. So that has really helped me, in a lot of ways. And I've been able to also gather more people,
mm.
even people that didn't know me before,
Yeah.
but because of referral, because of what people have been saying,
Yeah.
and a lot of people, they say that they like to patronize the business because of me, because they know me, because of my personality.
Yes.
So some
Yes.
people, they like that kind of friendly, relationship,
Yes.
that they know you, they can
Yeah.
trust you.
They can trust you.
That's why they want to patronize you.
Mm.
Sometimes it's not about the cost,
Yeah.
it's not about what you charge them, but that peace of mind, they know that, okay, Wale is there.
Mm.
I know him very well.
Mm.
I can always see him in
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
If I don't see him in church, I can see him in football or anywhere.
Yeah.
Those are
So
the factors.
that plays a huge role. Obviously, when you are starting business, sometimes especially that kind of business, your first network of your community, they're the ones that will really give you that push
Mm,
to go forward and encouragement.
yeah.
So, what advice would you give to maybe someone, an immigrant who is thinking about starting their own business? Are there any key factors they should focus on, like
Mm,
to increase their chances of success?
yes. I would say there are a lot of factors.
Mm,
Not necessarily meaning that they need to know all the factors.
mm,
But if they can just fulfill part of it,
mm,
then they can be successful in business.
mm,
I've had a lot of people that have also been coming to me recently,
mm,
especially people that just arrived from abroad,
mm,
and they are looking for something that they can do on their own,
mm,
that business they can establish,
mm,
and they want to learn
mm,
a business. They want to be an agent, a sub
mm,
agent
mm,
under Bonsai.
mm.
But what I've realized is people are not willing to commit time.
Yes,
People are looking for quick money.
quick, easy
People
way.
are looking for cash out, the money
Mm.
that business will start today and tomorrow they have hammered, they become
Yeah.
millionaire or billionaire.
Mm.
It's not like that.
No, no.
It takes a while.
Yes,
You can be making losses for years, and then after a while, your business can stabilize.
yes.
So my advice to people is that if they want to go into business, they need to first of all look at somebody like a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
someone who is already in the business,
In the business.
not somebody who has done it before
Mm-hmm.
and failed.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who is doing it and still doing it
And still doing it.
and is successful in it.
So,
They
yes.
need to find that person,
Mm-hmm.
get the experience from that person,
Mm-hmm.
and then in their own space,
Yes.
they need to be prepared as well. They need to have that commitment
Yeah.
and time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't have time for business,
Mm-hmm.
for your business, then what else are you going to have time for? I always tell people dedication is very important and commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say that, oh, as a new business, you want to get someone to be driving for you when you don't even have the money
Mm-hmm. To
to pay
pay.
a driver.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you do the driving yourself?
Yeah.
Do the driving for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Once you be able to gather some customers, then you can employ a driver.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say you want to go and employ customer service
Mm-hmm.
when you yourself you can carry the phone to start
Yes.
with,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot pay customer service. So they need to be hands-on. They need to know the
Mm-hmm.
basics of the business
Of the business.
and the kind of business we are doing. A lot of people make mistake thinking it's all about carrying load alone,
Carrying
moving
load
goods.
alone.
No,
Mm-hmm.
we do a lot of you know background work,
Mm-hmm.
documentation.
Mm-hmm.
The documentation is even more than the
More than the load
carrying of the
itself. Yeah.
goods.
Yeah, because
Because if
you
you
have
don't know the technicality of the document,
mm,
your goods are going to get stuck.
yes. Yes.
So they need to know the basics of shipping
Mm-hmm.
and logistics. They need to know all the documentation that is required. They need to have registration or account with the airline.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have so many avenues
Mm-hmm.
and platform
Mm-hmm.
of advertising, of reaching out.
Reaching out.
By the time you do that, then you start getting customers. Money doesn't come just like that in a day. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lottery and it's not a lotto. It's not like gambling.
Mm-hmm.
You can cash out today, tomorrow. But business takes time. It
Yeah, it
takes a
takes
while.
time. Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this kind of business, if somebody is not careful,
Mm.
there could be some challenges when you are
Yeah.
starting the business. If you are not strong enough, you can easily give up.
Mm.
Because we are more or less like third party.
Mm.
You collect good from someone, you take to the airline. The
To the
airline sends
airline.
for you.
Send it
It
to
goes
you.
through customs. When there's delay
Mm-hmm.
with customs, you don't really have control over it.
Yes, yes.
Because people might not understand
Mm.
and they keep dragging you. So if you're not
Mm.
strong enough, you don't know what you to say or to how to overcome those
Mm.
challenges or have thick
Mm.
skin,
Mm.
then this kind of business is not meant for you.
Well, obviously, because when you are doing business that way, then the end point of that business is not entirely in your hand. Then, obviously, you have to develop some strategies to deal with
Yeah.
customers' demand.
Yes.
So, finally, I see that you have expanded your services to um, Canada, America, US, Australia, New Zealand, the Caribbean, the UAE, and even all other European countries. What is next for your business? And do you have any future goals, like maybe to buy your own cargo plane? Eh?
That's the ultimate goal. Yes. Thank you so much. The main thing about the business is the expansion.
Mm,
Business has been established since
mm,
2011.
mhm.
This is 2024. That's
Yeah.
13 years of experience. Obviously, business shouldn't be stagnant.
Yeah. No.
And if someone has been using us in 2011
Mm,
and come now in 2024, they will see that there's been some improvement.
improvement.
So that is one thing about business.
Mm,
There's growth and development. There's expansion.
mm-hmm,
These countries that you're talking about, we've been able to expand to these countries,
mm-hmm,
and we have partners in such countries,
mm-hmm,
that we'll partner with. So what is next now is for us to have physical offices and warehouse in those locations,
mm-hmm,
whereby we'll have total control
Okay.
of the staff and all the
Mm-hmm.
resources in that
All
area.
the research. Okay.
So, for instance, I just came back from Canada and US.
Mm-hmm.
I went for some business trip, and it's in line with the expansion of the business as well,
Mm-hmm.
which is very soon we're going to have a physical branch in those
Mm.
countries.
Wow.
And also, when you look at the world now, the world has
Mm.
gone into technology and
Mm-hmm.
digital
Digital,
world.
yes. Yes.
So we're creating a platform whereby everything will be on one platform,
One platform.
and anywhere all over the world,
Mm-hmm.
you can transact, you can move goods
Mm-hmm.
from either from the USA to Canada,
Mm-hmm.
the Caribbean, to the
Mm.
African region, to Asia, under the same platform.
Under the same platform.
There'll be an app that you can be
Mm-hmm.
using. When
Mm-hmm.
you go on the app, you can book cargo,
Yeah.
you can schedule collection, you can do all that. And more or less, it's going to be like 24-hour service.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the comfort of your home, wherever you are, if you are working during the day early shift, you can go online, book your shipment.
Mm-hmm.
If you are doing night shift, you can go on your tablet
Mm.
or your phone or laptop. You can do cargo booking.
Mm.
And when you call those kind of locations, people will always be there
Mm.
to answer you. Obviously, because of the time difference.
Yeah.
So at every location, we're going to have a call center, a service
Mm-hmm.
center,
Mm-hmm.
like customer service that will be attending
Mm.
to queries of our customers. And as you rightly said, having a cargo plane is not something that is not achievable.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
need for cargo plane,
Yeah.
especially to African region and Nigeria.
Yes.
There's only one cargo plane that is going to that route.
Mm-hmm.
And if God says yes, no one can say no.
No, at all. At all.
So maybe few years time, you can see Bonsai cargo plane,
Cargo plane.
which will be operating all over the world.
Yeah. That is nice.
It's possible, and we're
Yeah.
planning towards that as well.
So yeah, it's possible. So then the app and the automation that you mentioned, is this something that you are looking to roll out very soon, or is still
Yes,
on in pipeline?
yes, the website is already up and running,
Mm-hmm.
but the IT guys are in the back end, just working
Mm-hmm.
on it.
Mm-hmm.
So very soon, everything is going to be automated and going to be digital online.
Okay.
Apart from that, we still have some customers as well that we can still be getting inquiries from through emails,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm.
through the
Calls.
normal process you're using before. But
Mm.
majority of the customers are going to be like on the online, platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that before we wrap, just take like 2 minutes to maybe talk our audience through your service, maybe
Mm.
because we didn't go much details into that. You tell
Yeah.
us your place of business, maybe the place in Nigeria, and maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
If
Yeah. Bonsai Services Limited is a company was established in 2011, and we offer road freight, sea freight, air freight to worldwide destinations. We cover African countries, especially Nigeria. We cover the Northern American, which is USA, Canada. We also cover Australia and New Zealand.
Mhm.
We cover the Caribbeans as well. We cover the European countries and also Asia. We cover United Arab Emirates, which is Dubai and Abu Dhabi.
Mhm.
So we are kind of like forwarding agents. We can do shipment for
Mm.
private individuals, corporate organizations, NGOs,
Mm.
contractors, personal effect. We can move it from anywhere all over the world.
Mm.
And we have team of experienced staff
Mm.
who have been in the business for long. We have partners who are also supporting with the logistic end of the business. We also do distribution as well
Mm.
across the globe. Do distribution in the UK.
Mm.
We can collect from anywhere and deliver to anywhere.
Mm.
So the stress of people saying that, oh, they have a body, they want to ship stuff. It's very complicated. We can relieve you of that stress without any problem. We take care of the documentation. All you just need is just to relax and expect your goods to be delivered. We consider speed, cost, reliability. Those are the factors that we consider. So we have various type of services. We have next day delivery. We have 1 week delivery. We have 6 weeks delivery, depending on how urgent you want your shipment to be. And we always make sure that customer satisfaction is at its best. Because without customers, business will not exist.
Yes.
So if you want to get more information about the company, you can go on our website, which is www.bonsaiservices.com. If you want to contact the UK office, you can reach us on the WhatsApp or mobile number, which is 078 28 58 3848. 078 28 58 3848. Or on the landline, you can ring 01908 990 400. 01908 990 400. We're also on Instagram, Bonsai Services Limited. We are on YouTube, Bonsai Services Limited. We're also on Facebook, Bonsai Services Limited. And if you want to see us in person, you want to visit us in our office, the head office is in Milton Keynes, Unit L3, Box Business Center, 129 Barton Road, Bletchley, MK2 3HU. If you want to come to another branch, which is in Winslow area, it's also in Buckinghamshire, Boshaw Farm, Quanton Road, Botop Claydon, MK18 3LA. That's where we have a big yard. That's where we receive all the lorries, all the trailers, all the big shipment and the containers. If you want to get in touch with us regarding movement of goods all over the world, just contact those details. You can also send us email, info@bonsaiservices.com.
Yeah.
I will be glad to serve you better. Thank you.
All right, listeners, check their website, like he has mentioned, at bonso.com, bonsoservices.com, and all their social media handles, especially if you are taking things to Africa, receiving things from Africa, and also sending Christmas stuff as Christmas is on the way.
Yes.
So we are so excited to have spoken to Mr. Oyewole, and he has shared his story. We hope his story inspires you to get on with something of your own and learn from his stories and what you can do for yourself. Until another time, we'll continue to bring you people who have made a strive in their sort of respective businesses to inspire our audience and our young ones. Until then, we'll see you again. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jackson.